this above the purpose that you are going to achieve during your research might not be sufficient only using this objective. Okay, the objective might need to be revised or so on. So when you write your research question, research aim and research objective, that all should be linkage with one another. Okay, the title you have selected, okay, the title you have selected should relate to the research question you have formulated and the objective you have set. Okay, that three things should be interrelated with one another. Okay, the research question is only the curiosity that is within inside you, which is expressed in terms of question what you are going to do in your research. The purpose of your research is shown in research question, and the aim of the research is what you are going to achieve in what time duration or certain like that. Okay, and objective is only the means by which you are going to achieve that aims. So the objective you have set should fully support the purpose or the aims of your research. Okay, and when you write the proposal, okay, you write the proposal, and there is a certain thing I like to show. He has used the past tense in the proposal. Okay, past tense in the proposal. You better to use the future tense regarding the proposal, because you have not uh, concluded your research and not executed your research. So there is certain thing, and in here another thing in this proposal is I like to show that in introduction part. Okay, in introduction part there is no any citation. Okay, no any citation regarding the uh, reference part. Okay, in introduction, okay, suppose as the researcher he has taken the system. Okay, digital well-being is the term used by the health professional mental, this part. Okay, I like to show digital well-being is the term used by health professional, researcher and device manufacturer to describe the concept that when humans interact with technology, experience should support the mental or physical health in a measurable way. Okay, this is the content he has taken reference from somewhere else. Okay, I'm sure it is not the sentence of his own. So when he write the sentence of other, okay, this is like the definition of digital well-being given by others. So here should be some reference. Okay, this terms is not of his own, so there should be reference in introduction part. He has not shown any of the reference. Okay, all the content he has written, there is no any references. Okay, that is the bad thing. You have to show the references for the content you have taken as a reference. Okay, if it is the language or sentence used by yourself own, then at that time you need not to do for the reference. But for this kind of thing, okay, this is like the definition part. For other part, okay, if you write the definition in your own way, that is okay. But this term as it seems to be the definition of digital well-being taken from somewhere else, so these to be indicated, or the reference should be kept at the end of this sentence. Okay, so references is also very important during your conduction of your research. Okay, plagiarism is not valid if you use the reference for the content. Okay, if you do not use the reference, then there will be the issue of plagiarism. And when you use the language also, sentence also, okay, uh, in in this part, okay, in this part I like to show something. The content wise he has written very much elaborately, but the method, okay, I like to so go for now. Here the research approach and method he has shown the description of the study and like that. Okay, if you able to show the research approach and methodology in the block diagram, it is very helpful for the reader to understand your approach and method. Okay, better if you can show your research approach and method in the block diagram, it is good. So better to use the block diagram in this year. Okay, research design also, population and family, this all can be kept in the uh, suppose. Okay, in this research method descriptive method of data collection is used. Okay, which is helpful for the data information and like that. Okay, so this research question you should keep in the first part of introduction also. You can keep it here, but main part of the research question in the introduction section. Okay, before the aims you are going to define, after the background theory. Okay, the research question is kept there. And the significance of study. Okay, the significance means suppose the outcome of the research is used by someone else, or this is like as the action type of research. Okay, applied research, mainly the uh, outcome of the research is used in case in different type of research like the action research or the applied research, but this is the academic research. Okay, but also you have shown sort of some of the significance of study regarding the different parameter. Okay, like the teachers, parent, student, and future researchers. Okay, first you have to make what is the findings you are going to achieve. Okay, your objective is not to give the suggestion regarding the teachers, regarding the parent, and regarding the student, or like that. Okay, the objective has shown certain way you are going to find the impact of uses of Facebook on student, the demotivation factor, and like the addiction rate. Okay, that is the objective you are going to find, and how that findings will be used as the significance of the research you have to able to show in detail way. Okay, and this person might be benefited from which part of your research outcome, that should be indicated. Okay, and in conclusion, okay, in the mainly generally in proposal, the conclusion is not included, and abstract is also not included in the research. Okay, abstract is what comes from the conclusion, all the method, technique, and the findings of your research is included as a summarized part in the abstract section. Okay, so conclusion is the looking at the findings what you are going to conclude. Okay, that is the conclusion. So in proposal it is not uh, it is not desirable to include the conclusion. Okay, you can include the chapter expected outcome, what is your expected outcome of your particular research, that can be included. Okay, and the limitation of the study is not included in the conclusion section. Okay, it is not included in the conclusion section. If this is the limitation of your study, then it should be a further recommendation and limitation can be kept in the separate part. Okay, if you are first stating the conclusion, then you should focus on the conclusion, or if you are stating the expected outcome, then your content should focus on the expected outcome. Okay, that is the thing. And this limitation, and what the conclusion he have taken is in the proposal, when the research on the topic is completed, I believe that research fulfill our main objective of the project. Okay, so this is obviously when you complete your research, it is mandatory to achieve your objective, but the expected outcome you are going to achieve through the research should be indicated in your conclusion. Okay, by looking at this, nobody can explain what is the, it indicate that you are only going to fulfill the objective of your research. That is everything, everybody is doing the same thing. Okay, the conclusion you have written, the expected outcome you have written should be unique from other. What is the main outcome of your research? Okay, by looking into this conclusion, or it is like the generalized conclusion. Okay, it can be used in any place, anywhere. uh, since you are only indicating the title you are going to do your research, and you are believing that the research fulfills your main objective of the project. Okay, not only this, which is also significant for most people inside and outside the SMT college. Okay, when you write something, okay, when you write something, it should be with some evidence. Okay, it should be with some evidence, because uh, if you do not provide anything regarding the evidence, then it is not so if you do not provide any evidence regarding the research, the evidence means the reference point. Okay, I like to tell you the evidence is research point, because when you say something, when you say something, being a researcher, it is, if it is the content of yours also, there should be some reference. Okay, uh, the part of the research, because the reference indicate that you have taken certain content from the literature that you have studied, and the method you are going to choose, it should be different from other. Okay, and the enough study shows, or enough study reflect that all the method you have chosen, or the data collection technique you have chosen is of yourself. Okay, it increase the credibility of the research, it increase the sustainability of the research, and the quality of the research also will maintain. Okay, So one thing is reference, another thing is the grammatical thing, and the objective you are going to set should be in relation with the aims and the research question you have shown. Okay, somebody's any questions regarding this?
Sir, what may be the expected outcome of this research?
I don't know what might be the expected outcome, because it is the part of the researcher, okay, in which perception the researcher is going to conduct that particular research is of his own choice. But what should be there is the findings he is going to obtain from the research should be indicated there. The total finding, what he have said in the uh, methodology, okay, in methodology section he has used different kind of methods, different kind of method. Uh, uh, in your research, okay, different kind of method he has shown that part. So using that method, what are the findings and the result that he need to be obtained, that should be indicated. What is expected outcome is what he findings, okay, what he is going to find during the course of research, that is should be indicated. I cannot say what might be the expected outcome for this particular research, but what I say is the expected outcome should indicate what the findings and results should look like, okay, what the finding and results should look like. Only that is the case, because we are going moving on to next part here, okay, which is called the research philosophy. That research philosophy will guide overall the research process, okay. Research philosophy will guide overall the research process. And what this feedback for the student I have given, I will also give you um, the feedback in email also. But what is the best part of this research is the research proposal, the content you have written is almost enough for the structure you have prepare, is almost enough for the proposal you are going to submit, okay. The content wise it is okay, but the literature source you have source is so many, but uses of that literature within the introduction part is not indicated. So that should be done, okay, that should be done. And when you write the problem statement and so on, it is better to use the bulleted point, okay, bulleted point. And the grammaticals you use the in the proposal is the future tense mostly, future tense, because you will only after you conclude or after you start your research, then you will be able to find the result and other type of data, okay. So that's the thing. And when you describe this research approach and method, it is better to indicate the research and method and approach in the block diagram, okay. Block diagram means it represent a conceptual description of your research, okay, conceptual framework of your research. What you are going to do in your research can be clear with the shown of the pictorial form in the form of block diagram, okay. First you choose the area of study like that or what, okay. The description we have given in this part should be shown in the block diagram, okay. There are, I already told you, there are two type of method. One is the general method, which is the overall research method, okay. Overall research method is like the subset superset of the proposed research method. Proposed research method is the corely technical part of your research, okay. Proposed research method means particular to the title you are going to do, okay. Overall research method is the generalized form of your research method, okay. But it is better to show one which is the proposed research method, okay. Your proposed research method should be shown in the block diagram, that is the case. And the conclusion part should not be included here. It should be like the expected outcome of your research, okay. Better not to show the limitation of your study, because the limitation comes after the conduction of your research, okay. If you know the certain limitation of your study, okay, then what you have done, so some certain limitation means something that is that you cannot cover within the allocated time and the budget you have, okay. The limitation indicates, suppose you have 6 months of duration, you have from the findings you have obtained from your research is not enough to conclude all the part of your research, then at that time you have to indicate that certain chapter, certain objective of my research, certain further carry on of my research did not be carried on due to the lack of time or budget, okay. So for other to start your research, it will be very helpful for um, conduction of other kind of research. Okay, for other researcher, the limitation section will give you the guideline, but it is better not to include the limitation of your study in the proposal section. Okay, uh, if you want to indicate also not in the conclusion or expected outcome section. Okay, it is indicated in the chapter wise, or better in introduction part also you can indicate, or on other section. Okay,
Sir, I have mailed you, but you haven't given any response regarding my mail.
I will mail that part. Okay, I will mail regarding the proposal. uh, can you name yourself?
Ayan Karki, sir.
Ayan Karki. Ayan Karki, I have given you the feedback. Yes, not
No, sir.
okay. Mhm. Ayan Karki, you have written the proposal regarding the time loss due to addiction to PUBG Mobile in student study hours. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So regarding the structure of your proposal, the abstract should not be included in your research. Okay. Abstract, because uh, this is also the another part of the research. Okay. Okay. Can you see this research proposal? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the proposal written by Ian. Okay, what I like to say is here the title you have indicated. Okay, time loss due to the addiction to PUBG in mobile in student study hour. Okay, so regarding the title shows that you are going to find the times. Okay, loss of time, the amount of loss of time, I suppose that. Okay, the amount of loss of time due to the addiction in the PUBG game, or due to playing the online mobile game, or like that. Okay, this is the specific part. You can generalize in the title also. Okay, time loss due to the addiction to online games on mobile phone in student study hour, also like that. You can use the title in generalized form, but this is also okay. But the abstract you have written, okay, the abstract should not be included in your proposal, because in abstract, can you see this? Okay, uh, I have been taken a survey research where I had found how many students playing the PUBG games, how much they spend their time to games, what level of effect in their daily life as far as finding. Oh, so this is after you conduct your research. Okay, you are going to find this after your research. So better to use this part at the expected outcome of your research. Okay, expected output of your research, what you are going to achieve from your research should be indicated at the conclusion, expected output section. Okay, and the introduction part you have written also not much so enough. Okay, regarding the background, you are only specific regarding your title. If you should be able to give the information regarding the current scenario of the mobiles game. Okay, current scenario of mobile game, and you should move on to the specific this game you are going to indicate. Okay, so do not jump directly onto your title. Okay, so let's give the reader the background they should have regarding the online game, regarding the addiction the student they feel, regarding the study hour effect of playing online game on student study hour. Okay, let's give certain background regarding that part. Okay, current state of art should be indicated in the introduction part or background part. Okay, current state of art. Now when you move on to this problem statement, okay, you better to include your problem statement in the bullet point. It is very helpful. Okay, and when you state the problem statement, okay, the problem statement simply indicate it is the gap between where we are now and where we want to be. Okay, where we are now and where we want to be, where your research will take us from that point. Okay, suppose the in the current scenario we have not calculated anything like that, the time loss that occur during the that occur due to the online games. Okay, that occur due to playing of online games. Nobody have studied that part of your research. So you are going to find out the duration of time the student lost while they play the online games. Okay, you are going to find that particular set of answer. So that should be indicated in the bulleted point, or that should be specific in your problem statement. Okay, and the objective you have taken. Okay, better to indicate the aims of your research also. The objective of your research is to identify which group of people are mostly affected, but you have already said that it is you are going to use the age of 13 to 18 to 30. Okay, so this objective why you are indicated here, I am not so sure. Okay, which group means you have already selected the sample. Okay, yes, you have selected the sample of age group, different age group. So we have assumed that this age group of people are affected by the uh, playing the online games. You have already told, and again you are saying that you are going to identify which group of people are mostly affected, means you are going to verify that statement or what. Okay, that is, you need to be
No, sir.
clear.
I'm thinking after the research is completed, the age group must be 18 to 30. I'm just assuming that.
You are assuming that.
Yes, sir.
And what is, how you are going to take the sample?
Sample random method.
No, sample means the population, the people who use the online games or like that. Okay, how you are going to select that particular set of respondent from where you can collect your particular set of data.
Sir, from
How you are
ISMD college.
identify your that part.
Students of ISMD college, sir.
Student of ISMT college
Yes, sir.
means you are not asking the age group of their before the conduction of year. During your research, you are going to ask them about the age group also, and you are going to categorize that age group and finally conclude your research. Or
Yes,
you
sir.
are going to first ask them the age, then only you ask the question, or you do not ask the age, you ask the question and is also included at that part, and finally you are going to use that age group as your findings. Yes, that is
Yes, sir. First, I want to find the age group, sir.
okay. So that age group we are going to find within the ISMT college. Okay, that should be generalized within the ISMT college only. And another is the to find out the popularity of PUBG game among the student. Okay, that popularity means how we are going to indicate that
Sir,
popularity. Yes,
sir, sir, is there any that you'll conduct this research between ISMT students?
okay.
Then the sir, यो sample चाहिँ उसले
हजुर हजुर भन्नु त हजुर ओके सुन्नु भएको छ साथी कता हराउनु भयो
ए सुन्नु
हजुर
म्युट कसले गरेछ
ल भन्नु
सर
त
यो उसले आइसिएमटी स्टुडेन्टमा गर्ने भन्नुभयो नि त होइन सर
हजुर हजुर
अनि आइसिएमटी स्टुडेन्टहरू त पहिलादेखि नै प्रि डिफाइन जस्तै 18 to 24 जतिको हुन्छ नि त होइन पहिलादेखि नै
ओहो
उसले
हो
भनेअनुसार अनि
अँ।
उसले स्याम्पल त पहिल्यै प्रि डिफाइन गरे जस्तो भयो नि त होइन सर धेरै जस्तो म्याक्सिमम्
स्याम्पल
त
त प्युरिफाई नै हुन्छ
अनि उसले त पहिला अनि कसले म्याक्सिमम् एज ग्रुप कसले
यसलाई दुई
युज
तरिकाले गर्न मिल्छ हेर्नु है सुन्नु एउटा के हुन्छ भने यसलाई दुई तरिकाले गर्न मिल्छ एउटा एज ग्रुप फाइन्ड आउट गर्ने भन्नुभयो उहाँले चाहिँ कस्तो भने एज ग्रुप भनेको कलेज स्टुडेन्ट आइएसएमटीमा फिक्स नै एज ग्रुप हुन्छ त्योभन्दा बाहिर जाँदैन हो 30सम्म पुग्दैन जेनरल प्र्याक्टिस है 18-19मै बढी युज गर्ने हो त्यो टिनेजले देखाएकै कुरा हो होइन तर दुई वेले गर्न सकिन्छ रिसर्च भन्ने कुरा के भने तपाईँले त्यसलाई चाहिँ एज अ स्टेटमेन्ट पनि युज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ रिसर्च क्वेसन के रिसर्च क्वेसनको रूपमा युज गर्न सकिन्छ कि त्यो माथि चाहिँ इन्डिकेट काहीँ पनि नगर्ने यति एज ग्रुप यो त्यो भनेर ठिक छ मैले आइएसएमटी स्टुडेन्टमा मात्रै गर्छु र आइएसएमटी स्टुडेन्टको एज ग्रुप कस्तो भनेदेखि त्यो स्टेटमेन्टलाई भ्यालिड हुने इभिडेन्स मैले कलेक्ट गर्ने हो त्यति हो कि मैले एज्युम गरेको कुरा सबैले बिलिभ गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन। मैले सर्टेन एज ग्रुपको स्याम्पल लिएँ, मानौँ मेरो प्रिलिमिनरी स्टडी होला, तर त्यो एज ग्रुप हेर्दाखेरि 18 to 22 जुन कलेज ग्रुप हो त्यसले बढी युज गर्छन् अथवा त्यसले युज गर्छन् भनेर मैले कन्क्लुड गर्न पनि सक्छु हैन। त्यही भएर त्यो स्याम्पल साइज मैले यति ग्रुप भनेर नगरेँ, मैले आइएसएमटीको स्टुडेन्ट मात्रै भनेर इन्डिकेट गरेँ भनेदेखि त्यो एज ग्रुप कति हो मलाई त थाहा हुँदैन। ठिक छ, मैले कन्क्लुड गर्न पाउँछु के। मैले कन्क्लुड किन गर्न पाउँछु भनेदेखि मैले भनेको स्टेटमेन्टको त अगाडि इभिडेन्स केही पनि छैन नि त। मैले 18 to 30 लिएँ ल त्यो एज ग्रुप। अब 18 to 13 लिएर मैले जुन इभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गर्छु त्यो इभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गरेर त्यो 18 to 13 लाई सपोर्ट गरेँ भने पो मैले बल्ल कन्क्लुड गर्न सक्छु ए ल अनलाइन पब्जी गेमले चाहिँ यति एज ग्रुपलाई चाहिँ एफेक्ट गर्दो रहेछ है भनेर कन्क्लुड गर्न सक्छु हैन। सुरुमा एजुम गरेर इभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गर्न मिल्छ, एजुमै नगरिकन इभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गरेर सो गर्न नि मिल्छ के। ठिक छ, कता यहाँ म्युटहरू धेरै गरिरहनु भएको छ, कसैले चलाइरहनु भएको छ?
ठिक छ सर
है टु वेले नै गर्नु मिल्छ, तर उहाँ चाहिँ क्लियर हुनु पर्यो के, गर्न खोजेको के हो चाहिँ क्लियर हुनु पर्यो। यस यस
यो बेला उसले कसरी रिसर्च कन्डक्ट गर्छ अनि जस्तै डाटा कलेक्सन कसरी गर्छ मतलब अब
त्यो उहाँको चोइस हो, उहाँले डाटा कलेक्सन पक्नु त्यो पार्ट हामी आउँदैछौँ अहिले पक्ने, उहाँको मेथडमा जाउँला है। यो भएपछि ओभरअल यो रिफरेन्सले नि तपाईँहरूलाई रिसर्चको मेथडमा धेरै हेल्प गर्छ है। उता थ्योरिटिकल पढ्नुभन्दा नि यो पार्टले धेरै हेल्पफुल गरिरहेछ है। ल अब दोस्रो पार्टमा छ है। पहिलो पार्ट उहाँले एज ग्रुप फाइन्ड आउट गर्नुभयो, हामीले के एजुम गर्यो भने त कुन एज ग्रुप हो हामीलाई थाहा छैन, उहाँले इभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गर्नुहुन्छ यति ग्रुपको भनेर अनि कन्क्लुड गर्नुहुन्छ भन्ने हाम्रो पार्ट, हाम्रो एजम्सन। ठिक छ, एज अ रिसर्चर है उहाँले त्यही गर्न खोज्नु भयो होला जस्तो लाग्छ है। अब अर्को पार्ट भन्दाखेरि फाइन्ड आउट द पपुलारिटी अफ पब्जी गेम्स एमङ द स्टुडेन्ट मिन्स हाउ यु आर गोइङ टु calculate this popularity. Okay, we know the different kind of research. Okay, one is the quantitative research method and another is the qualitative research method. In quantitative research method you are going to find something in terms of numerical values. Okay, in qualitative you are going to explain certain features, phenomena of the particular research. Okay, so if we are in this part, this research objective totally indicate the quantitative research. I think it is totally indicates the quantitative research because all three parameters can be calculated in terms of numerical value. Okay, the age group can be calculated in numerical value, the popularity can be also calculated in terms of numerical value, and how much time the student are affected, that is also calculated in the numerical value. So your all overall research is the quantitative research you are going to use. Means what is the parameter for popularity, something like that, numbers. Okay, how you are going to find the popularity? Can you say? And
like how much time they spend on spending on playing the games.
okay, one part, but the popularity among student means the individual. Suppose there should be certain parameter. Okay, the suppose you have taken the 100 sample from ISMT college. Okay, 100 random sample. You are not sure that 100 totally use or play the online games. You are not sure previously. Okay, that is the case. And when you collect your data, if suppose if in 100 student 90 of the student use the PUBG, then that indicate the popularity among the student. Okay, if only 20% of the student use the PUBG, then it is not popular among the student. Yes, the app they have downloaded. Okay, how we can say the particular app is popular in Play Store? By looking at the reference of the download they have made. Okay, yes, you can say that the app which is downloaded most are most popular simply. Okay, that parameter indicate us that they are popular. So you also should be able to indicate what kind of things indicate the popularity among the student. Okay, the usage, time duration might be more. Okay, download games or something like that you have to indicate, or something parameter you should be able to determine at pre-state of your research. And you again you have to write the question objective. You have to find out how PUBG is impacting digital well-being of a student. Okay, so this is as like the research question. Okay, research question. Can you say what is your method or approach to fulfill this objective?
So as our theme is digital wellbeing, so I think that digital wellbeing must be included in the objective. So I included that last point.
Digital well-being, since in previous proposal also you say that you see the definition of the digital well-being, you saw the definition of digital well-being, and it is the interaction between the human and the technology which should support the physical health and mental health in a measurable way. That is the definition of digital well-being. It is not compulsory to include the digital well-being term in your objective or anything like that. Okay, the since the reflections should be on the digital well-being. Okay, if it necessary you use the term, but compulsorily you should not use the digital well-being term if it's not part of your research. Okay, compulsorily just for showing you should not include the terms digital well-being, because this part can be fourth objective of your research can be used as another research. Okay, impact of online games on student. Okay, overall research is indicated here. Okay, yes, your objective 4 is overall your title. Yes, I think so, because time loss also is the impact. Yes, PUBG
Yes,
is
sir.
impacting digital wellbeing. If the student are not able to give their time, okay, you have said study hour. That means you have assumed that your respondent, your respondent is using the time of their study to play the game. Your assumption is that. Yes, simply you
Yes,
assume
sir.
that students do not give their time to study. The study time is allocated for playing games. Your assumption is that, and we are going to find the evidence for that particular case or scenario. And when you state this objective for impacting the digital well-being, it is the broader sense of your title. Okay, it is the broader sense. Means impact means you are going to study the time loss the student have during their study hour. You are going to identify that impact simply. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you better not to include this objective 4. Okay, if you are going to simply indicate, because objectives should be the means for achieving your research question or research aim. It should not be elaborated more than your title, research question and research aim. Yes, it should not be more elaborated, because it is the elaborated form. It can be used as a title. Okay, it can be used as a title, because PUBG impacting the digital well-being of student, that can be used as a title. Okay, so you better not to increase this objective. And literature review also, and the report structure. Okay, structure wise also you should give your concern. Okay, that need to be justified. And again, here in data analysis, okay, age group, you have written the age and you have written the frequency. As the general question reveals that 16 respondent belongs to the age 16 to 20 age group, 21 respondent belongs to before before the conduction of research, this cannot be done. Okay, you have shown like that you have already completed the research. Okay, since it shows a total number of 40 respondents were received. In method you should not use this kind of sentence. Okay, you cannot. In proposal you are going to receive 40 response, or you have already received this 40 response. What is indicate? You have already collected the 40 response and you have categorized that response in terms of frequency and age group. It's two table, data analysis table. Okay, and whether the PUBG install in your phone or not, you have also calculated that. Okay, so this method also not clear, and you should not do like that. Okay, if you have already completed your research also, being a proposal, when you prepare the proposal, it should be indicate the method in the future tense, because you are going to use this method to achieve your research objective. You have not already achieve your research objective, have you? You have already conducted the research.
No, sir.
Then why you use this table? What is the purpose of this table?
I thought that it must be included in the proposal writing, so I have no idea about it. So
It is your assumption or it is the reality?
just assumption, sir.
Assumption. Okay,
Yes,
this
sir.
cannot be included. Okay, this cannot be included. The methodology should include that how you are going to achieve your research. Okay, how you are going to achieve the research should be indicated in your method. Okay, what you are going to achieve your research and how you are going to achieve that. Okay, should be indicated in your method, research method. Okay, simple random sampling, it is only for the sample selection. What do you do after the sample selection, data collection, data analysis, and different part? What is the specific term or the part you do in your particular section? That should be described in the methodology section. Okay, methodology section should in previous proposal also the methodology section is some it better. Okay, but the elaboration of the methodology should be more than any part of than other. Okay, the literature review section and methodology section should contain more part of your proposal. Okay, in methodology section you have to describe all the contain all the method on all the tools and technique that you are going to use in elaborated form. Okay, and that we are going to study now. Regarding this part, okay, proposal, we have seen the sample of these two part. You should review the content of the literature should be also more. Okay, 2 3 reference cannot be used, and the methodology section also should be elaborated. Okay, I and the language you
Yes,
use
sir.
should be as you are going to propose. Okay, you should not assume something like that you the respondent is like that and so on. uh, okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you
okay,
check
any
mine too?
who
Mine, sir. Bobbin, sir, I will share the screen, sir.
I have also. Okay, Bobin, yes,
Wait, sir.
you have sent me.
No, sir, I'll share screen.
Okay, okay.
Sir, is it showing there?
So, okay, you can share. So before moving to our part, okay, so today I have planned to give you the review of the. Okay, can you mail this?
This one? Okay, sir.
Yes, and I will show from here. Okay, and I will share from here.
सर हजुरले एउटा प्रपोजलको स्याम्पल अपलोड गर्छु भन्नुभएको थियो नि
प्रपोजलको स्याम्पल मैले अपलोड गर्दा छैन.
छैन सर यसमा
Okay, the previous section. Okay, here Dipesh Badal, that is present. Dipesh. Dipesh Badal of your section or is from somewhere?
आई डोन्ट नो हिम सर
Dipesh Badal,
I got
I
it,
think
sir.
it's from P2 section.
P2 section. Are you present here?
Yes.
Dipesh. Okay. The previous proposal is of your. Okay, that is that can be used as the reference. Okay. I will share the proposal prepared by the Dipesh. Okay, structure wise, okay, the content wise I cannot say, but structure wise the structure that he have prepared can be used as the reference. Okay, you have to fulfill the content by yourself. Okay, do not use the content written by him as a part of your research. You can use the structure of the research prepared by him as the reference point, and that I will share with you. Okay, and Dipesh, yeah, have you heard that I have given the feedback regarding your research previously?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have done proposal in good way, okay, but something you have to add so that your proposal will be refined, okay. The references and so on things should be considered. So right now, okay, right now this the main objective here is to show you that how you can we are going to write the particular method, okay. So please mail me your research. I will give you feedback, but my objective here to give you the slide to today I am here to share you this research philosophy, okay. Can you see this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
okay. uh, have you seen this picture before?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, this
Yes, sir.
this is the main part of the research. Overall research, uh, somebody is presenting, please uh, stop that, okay. I will share you something with this and only we will. And if you see this part, okay, there are different layers of onion. Overall research approach, overall research method will be indicated this part, okay. The two outer part is indicated as the blue and other part is in other color, okay. There is certain aspect for that also, but can you tell me what this research onion simply indicate?
Various layers of
Various
research.
layers, there are various layers of research, okay. Okay, one thing, why the term research onion?
Because the outer layer must be uh, completed
Onionमा पनि
to
यस्तै
uh,
लेयर लेयर
to
हुन्छ।
get inside the
Yes,
inner layer.
yes, yes. You cannot skip the any layer, okay. If you are going to move to the deeper part of your research, you should follow all the process, all the aspect of the research, okay, simply. And also one analogy used here is the research onion means previously in seeing the onion also, okay. Somebody as at the first time, okay, first time you have seen the onion and you do not know what is inside that, and you have so much of curiosity what is inside that onion, and you simply take out the layer by layer and so on like that, okay. At last when you see nothing, okay, simple, there was nothing, simple kind of thing, okay, but your curiosity and assumption was so big that there must be something greater, okay, something that unexpected might be there, your assumption. But when you open that part and simply look out, there is nothing, there is simple, is considered all the park as outside, there is also same thing on inside. Then it makes you think research in like that way, particular way, okay. What is indicate that research is not such a big thing, you are not going to explore the biggest thing, okay. You are going to explore certain thing in the simple way, okay. Certain information, certain knowledge you are going to uh, certain knowledge you are going to build is indicated by this research onion, okay, simple thing. But moving on to this part, okay, there is a outer part and inner layer, and outer layer simply indicate, okay, the main focus of today class is the outer part, the research philosophy and the approaches. Can anybody say me regarding the research philosophy and research approach? Research philosophy, what is the research philosophy? Have you studied this part? Yes, research philosophy approach. You have studied the this onion layer. Yes, overall our research is confined with this picture, overall part, okay. How this layer should be used, that is your research method, okay. What are the approaches you are going to taken from that part, what is the strategy, what is the choice, what is the time horizon, okay, technique and procedure specific to your research will define overall your research design. Yes, simply. So anybody, can you tell me the research philosophy. What is the term research philosophy refers?
It will determine how we'll gather and analyze the information. I think for
Yes,
further.
that might be the soft end part of your research philosophy. Okay, that simply indicate the belief and assumption. Okay, what you believe and what you assume in your research, okay, about the development of your knowledge or exploration of the knowledge will be determined by the research philosophy. So the term research philosophy refers to a system of belief and assumption about the development of the knowledge. Okay, simply there are outside layer and inside layer also. Outside of the philosophy, okay, outside this onion, outside there are three parameters that we need to study for your general knowledge only. Okay, simply this research part. Okay, uh, this research part, this research onion is overall from your bachelor level degree, master's degree, PhD or MPhil, any kind of study, course of study. This part is most fundamental. Okay, if you understand the layer of this onion, you will be able to do your research in any part of your career. Okay, any part of your career you will be able to conduct your research. I think there is very few people to understand all the layers, all the parameter of this research, because as a researcher, okay, as a researcher also you only know the knowledge regarding your own approach and method. Okay, only your philosophy. Okay, you cannot be aware of all the philosophy that lies within uh, outside your research parameter. Okay, so if you clearly understand the research philosophy and approach within your research, it will be very helpful to make your research a good research, a quality research, okay, a creditable research. So for that also we have to understand the certain part, certain philosophy of your research. Okay, so moving on to part, can you name the there is shown the different layer within the philosophy. Okay, positivism, realism, interpretism and pragmatism are different aspect of the philosophy. But moving on to this part also, there are three aspect of philosophy outside that onion ring. Can you name that? Okay, can you name the philosophy underpinning theories, the philosophical underpinnings that are outside the layer of the onion? Can you name?
Positivism, interpretism.
Yes, positivism, intervism, realism. There are three parameters, three assumption that we make outside this onion layer. So three assumption. Okay, before moving into this philosophical aspect, okay, there are three types of research philosophy, and we're going to categorize that. One is the ontological, okay, epistemological and axiological. Ontology, epistemology and axiology are the three research philosophy that lies within the research. Have you heard about this term before? Ontology, epistemology and axiology?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so these are all the mind makeups before starting of your research. Okay, mind makeup before your starting of research. यो के भनेदेखि यसलाई म नेपालीमा एक्सप्लेन गरिदिन्छु. एज अ रिसर्चर, ठिक छ, तपाईँहरू एज अ रिसर्चर हुँदाखेरि तपाईँको माइन्डमा के छ त पहिला, यानि रिसर्च सुरु गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि नै तपाईँको माइन्डको सोच के हो, तपाईँको एजम्सन के हो, तपाईँको बिलिफ के हो, त्यसले नै तपाईँलाई गाइड गर्छ नि ओभरअल कस्तो खाले रिसर्च गर्ने, कस्तो खाले रिजल्ट निकाल्ने भनेर. होइन, तपाईँको एजम्सन र बिलिफले गर्दा नै आज तपाईँहरू यो आइटीमा पढ्न थाल्नुभयो. होइन, तपाईँले +2 पास गरिसकेपछि तपाईँको सर्टेन बिलिफ थियो, सर्टेन एजम्सन थियो. त्यो एजम्सनले गाइड गरेर तपाईँले ओभरअल यो आइएसएमटीमै अथवा आइटीमै आफ्नो क्यारियर बिल्ड गर्छु भनेर तपाईँहरू लाग्नुभयो. द्याट इज द बेस्ट, द्याट इज द रिजल्ट अफ यर एजम्सन एन्ड बिलिफ. होइन, तपाईँले सर्टेनले कहिले कसैले के एजुम गर्नुभयो, कसैले के बिलिफ गर्नुभयो. होइन, आइटीमा बाहिर जान सहिलो हुन्छ, डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ एजुम्सन. होइन, पैसा कमाएला अथवा यसमा राम्रो होला, यो मेरो प्यासन हो, डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ एजुम्सन एन्ड बिलिफ आर मेड बिफोर the selection of the course that you are currently studying. Yes, as like that, before the selection of your research also, okay, before the selection of the title also you make certain kind of assumption and belief simply, okay, that are refers to the research philosophy. Clear? क्लियर छ यो? तपाईले रिसर्च गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि है सर्टेन एजुम्सन एन्ड बिलिफ विदिन योरसेल्फ, ओके, म यस्तो खाले रिसर्च गर्छु, मेरो रिसर्चको आउटकम यस्तो हुनुपर्छ, मैले यसलाई चाहिँ फोकस गरिरहेको छु, मैले यो टाइटल यो कारणले चुज गरेँ, ओके, त्यो डिफ्रेन्ट एजुम्सन र बिलिफ हुन्छ नि, मैले यसमा चाहिँ गर्न सक्छु, यसमा चाहिँ गर्न सक्दिनँ, अथवा लाइक द्याट, अथवा आइटी सेक्सनमा आइटी फिल्डमै तपाईँको सर्टेन एजुम्सन हुन्छ, बिलिफ हुन्छ हैन, त्यो सबै पार्टले गाइड गरेर तपाईँलाई ओभरअल टाइटल सेलेक्सनलाई हेल्प गर्छ, अथवा तपाईँले टाइटल सेलेक्ट गर्नुहुन्छ, यु चुज द पर्टिकुलर टाइटल बेस्ड अन द एजुम्सन एन्ड बिलिफ यु हेभ अन पर्टिकुलर थिङ. यस, द्याट इज द रिसर्च फिलोसफी. ओके, द्याट इज द रिसर्च फिलोसफी. तपाईँलाई के कुराले गाइड गर्यो, के कुराले मोटिभ गर्यो पर्टिकुलर टाइटल चुज गर्न भनेर कसैले सोध्यो भने द्याट इज द रिसर्च फिलोसफी. के मैले यो एजुम गरेँ, मैले यो थियो हैन, सर्टेन कुरा मसँग यस्तो बिलिफ थियो, मसँग यो नलेज थियो, मैले यसमा यो काम गरिरहेको थिएँ, मैले यसमा नै गर्न सक्छु अथवा के भने सर्टेन जे पनि हुनसक्छ, त्यो इन्डिभिजुअल एजुम्सन. मैले अहिले भन्दै गर्दाखेरि तपाईँहरूसँगको त एजुम्सन नमिल्ला हैन, तर भन्दै गर्दा के हुन्छ, कुन कुराले तपाईँलाई मोटिभ गर्यो त, मोटिभेसन दियो पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च नै कन्डक्ट गर्न भनेर भने कसैले सोध्यो भने क्वेसन्स है, ठिक छ, यसलाई चाहिँ भन्छ रिसर्च फिलोसफी. यो कुरा चाहिँ हामीले पहिले माइन्डमा राख्नुपर्छ है. हामीले यो कुरालाई कन्सियसली अवेर हुन पनि सक्छौँ, नहुन पनि सक्छौँ, तर वी मेक नम्बर अफ एजुम्सन ड्युरिङ आवर कोर्स अफ रिसर्च. इन प्रोजेक्ट अल्सो यु हेभ मेड द नम्बर अफ एजुम्सन एन्ड बिलिफ इन यर conduction of your project also. Like that same way you are going to make the number of assumption and belief toward your research in the preliminary section of your research. And these three assumption, okay, different individually different assumption हुन सक्ला हैन, पर्सन बाइ पर्सन डिफरेन्ट हुन सक्ला, तर एउटा स्टडीले चाहिँ के गर्यो भनेदेखि जेनरलाइजमा तीनवटा फर्मको एजुम्सनहरू हुन्छ है. एउटा अन्टोलोजिकल, एउटा एपिस्टेमोलोजिकल एन्ड एक्जोलोजिकल, थ्री काइन्ड अफ के भन्छ एजुम्सनहरू हुन्छ है. अनि तपाईँको एउटा एजुम्सन नि हुन्छ, एउटा स्ट्यान्डर्ड एजुम्सन भयो, त अब तपाईँको एजुम्सन यो स्ट्यान्डर्ड एजुम्सनलाई कसरी तपाईँले रिलेट गर्नुहुन्छ त्यो तपाईँको आफ्नो पार्ट हो हैन, त्यो पार्ट हो. अब यो हामी पढ्दै गएपछि तपाईँले आफ्नो रिसर्चलाई रिलेट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. यो भनेको बिफोर द स्टार्टिङ अफ यर रिसर्च, बिफोर द चुजिङ अफ यर टाइटल एन्ड इन एभ्री एस्पेक्ट अफ यर रिसर्च, ओके, when you choose the approach, when you choose the strategy, when you choose the method, and when you choose the particular data collection tools and technique, you should be able to give the logical answer. Logical answer means why you choose that particular method, why you choose that particular tool for your research. You should be able to give explanation regarding that choice. Okay, whatever choice you made during your research, you should be able to give the explanation for that choice. Okay, this philosophy simply guide is why you choose that particular set of method, why you choose that particular set of title. Okay, like that will be indicated by the research philosophy. And simply the methodology, when we move to the research methodology, there is two things. One is method and another is ology. Okay, simply method means the step, series of step, and ology is the philosophy. Okay, so methodology refers to the philosophy of your research. Okay, that the philosophy of your research, what is your assumption, what is your belief, what is your finding, overall these are indicated by the philosophy of your research. Okay, so individual philosophy are different. So when you conduct your research, the method you have shown should be different, methodology you have referred should be different from one another. That is the case, because every person's philosophy is different, every person feelings toward the certain thing are different, their assumption is different, their perception are different, they see the world with different eyes. Okay, the inner eyes. So the method you indicated in your research proposal should be different from other. So that is the thing, because the philosophy cannot be same. Okay, individual perception and thinking cannot be same, that should be different individually, that are always different, and the reflection should be shown in the research methodology. Okay, and there is a four part of research philosophy. One is the ontology, another is epistemology, third axiology, fourth logic. Okay, ontology indicate the theory of reality. Theory of reality, what it says is the assumption toward the reality. Okay, assumption toward the reality or the nature of reality. Can you say something about this. Have you heard about the ontology?
No, sir.
Your ontological assumption, okay, ontology determines how you see the old, okay, how you see the old, how you see the nature of your reality, okay. There are the multiple reality or single reality, okay. Whatever you think is the true or whatever other things as a true, तपाईले आफूले हेरेको दृष्टिकोणबाट जुन संसार हेर्नुहुन्छ त्यो नै ठीक हो अथवा त्यो नै सही हो अथवा अरूको दृष्टिकोणबाट हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ ठीक हो हैन। तपाईले त्यो फिनोमेनालाई कसरी हेर्नुहुन्छ, तपाईको त्यो रिसर्च टाइटल टपिक त्यो एरिया अफ इन्ट्रेस्टलाई कसरी हेर्नुहुन्छ, त्यो थिङलाई हैन एज अ रिसर्च अब्जेक्टको रूपमा हेर्नु होला हैन। जस्तै एउटा अर्गनाइजेसनमा तपाईँ एज अ रिसर्चर हुनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि तपाईँले एउटा अर्गनाइजेसनमा रिसर्च गर्नु पर्यो भने अर्गनाइजेसनल त्यो अब्जेक्ट भनेको के हुन्छ, अर्गनाइजेसन हुनसक्ला, म्यानेजमेन्ट हुनसक्ला, इन्डिभिजुअल हुनसक्ला हैन। डिफ्रेन्ट थिङ क्यान बी सिन एज द अब्जेक्ट अफ यर रिसर्च, ओके। तपाईँले त्यो ओभरअल फिनोमेननलाई ओभरअल नेचर अफ रियालिटीलाई कसरी हेर्नुहुन्छ, सिङ्गल रियालिटी देख्नुहुन्छ एउटा मात्रै सत्य हो त्यही सत्यलाई मैले एक्सप्लोर गर्न खोजेको अथवा मल्टिपल ट्रुथहरू छन् मल्टिपल रियालिटिजहरू छ त्यो मध्येको मैले यो गर्न खोजेको, त्यो पर्टिकुलर सिनारियो त्यो सेट अफ कन्टेक्स्टलाई चाहिँ तपाईँले कसरी हेर्नुहुन्छ त्यसलाई नै तपाईँको ओन्टोलोजिकल पर्सपेक्टिभ अर फिलोसफी भन्छ। बुझ्नुभयो? तपाईँले हेर्ने नजर भनेको तपाईँको भित्री फेरि हैन तपाईँको एजम्सन के हो त पर्टिकुलर मैले रिसर्च टाइटल एउटा चुज गरेँ यो रिसर्च टाइटलको रियालिटी के हो त, मैले कहाँबाट पाउन सक्छु यो रियालिटी, यही हो त मैले जसरी हेरेँ त्यसरी नै हो त कि मैले अर्कोको आँखाबाट हेर्नु पर्यो अथवा कसैको थ्योरीको कुनै एउटा थ्योरीलाई युज गरेर हेर्नु पर्यो, कुनबाट हेर्ने मैले यो रियालिटीलाई हैन। मैले यो नजरले हेरिरहेको छु मेरो पर्टिकुलर टाइटललाई भन्ने हुन्छ नि त। तपाईँ यो टाइटल किन चुज गर्नु भने मैले यसमा यो गर्न खोजेँ, मैले यो देखेँ हैन। मैले रियालिटीमा के देखेँ भनेदेखि यसो हेर्दै जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ टेक्नोलोजीले हामीलाई बर्बादै गरिरहेछ किनभने कसैले नि त्यसलाई प्रपर वेमा युज गर्न सकेको छैन, त्यही भएर त्यसलाई डिजास्टरमा लगिरहेछ। मैले त्यो एजुम गर्न सक्छु नि त रियालिटीलाई हैन, त्यसले म गाइड हुन सक्छु ओभरअल रिसर्च। त्यो भनेको मेरो ओन्टोलोजिकल एजम्सन फिलोसफी, ठिक छ। रियालिटी मैले कसरी हेर्छु त्यसलाई भन्छ ओन्टोलोजिकल एजम्सन अर फिलोसफी, ठिक छ। यो पार्ट जस्तो मैले एक्जाम्पल दिन्छु यसमा अर्को एउटा पनि, जस्तो तपाईँलाई के लाग्न सक्छ भने अहिलेकै टाइममा अहिलेकै उसमा हेरौँ पबजी खेलेर चाहिँ स्टुडेन्टको टाइम आवर्स चाहिँ लस हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले एउटा एजुम्सन छ नि त, रिसर्चरको एउटा एजुम्सन छ नि त हैन। हामीले डिजिटल टेक्नोलोजीले बेनिफिट गर्दै जाँदाखेरि भन्दाखेरि पबजीले नै के भन्छ स्टुडेन्टको स्टडी आवरलाई ह्याम्पर गरे हो भन्ने पार्टले जाँदाखेरि रिसर्चरको एजुम्सन के हो त्यो गेमले नै गर्दा हो है भन्ने एउटा सर्टेन पर्सेप्सन छ। एक्जाम्पल मात्रै है मैले बुझाइदिएको पर्सेप्सन। उसले चाहिँ त्यो रियालिटीलाई कसरी हेऱ्यो भनेदेखि त्यो अनलाइन गेम त्यो स्पेसिफिक गेमले गर्दा स्टुडेन्टको चाहिँ के भएछ स्टुडेन्ट आवरलाई ह्याम्पर भएछ। अब त्यही पर्सेप्सन अर्कोले के हेर्न सक्छ हैन स्टुडेन्टले प्रपर वेमा युज नगरेको भएर पो अथवा त्यो आफ्नो स्टडी आवरमा स्टडी नगरेर गेम खेलेको भएर हो, इज टोटल्ली डिपेन्ड अन द स्टुडेन्ट भन्यो भने अर्को पर्सेप्सन हुनसक्छ नि त। अब स्टुडेन्टकै बिहेभियरले गर्दा हो कि हैन, उता अनलाइन गेमले गर्दा भनियो फेरि अर्को एजम्सन के हुन्छ स्टुडेन्टको बिहेभियरले गर्दा हो किन पढ्नेले पढिरहेछ अथवा के हो सर्टेन एजम्सन हुनसक्छ नि त। त्यसलाई भन्छ थ्योरी अफ रियालिटी। तपाईँले आफ्नो रियालिटीलाई कसरी हेरिरहनु भएको छ हैन, कसरी भिजुलाइज गरिरहनु भएको छ त्यसलाई भन्छ ओन्टोलोजिकल एजम्सन अर फिलोसफी, ठिक छ। यो पार्ट ओन्टोलोजी सुनिरहनु भएको छ, के कन्फ्युजन छ भने भन्नु है। अलि नयाँ जस्तो लाग्यो अलिकति कन्फ्युज केही छ भने सोध्नु, यसले केही भने होइन तपाईँले रिसर्चको रियालिटीलाई कसरी हेर्नुहुन्छ मात्रै भन्नु छ है सिम्पल भाषामा। त्यो टाइटललाई रिलेट गर्ने कि सिम्पल तपाईँको टाइटलले नै रिफ्लेक्ट गर्छ, ठिक छ। तर तपाईँ एज अ रिसर्चर अवेर हुनु पऱ्यो भन्नु खोजे मात्रै हो के कुरामा अवेर हुनु पऱ्यो भने चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ कसैले मलाई क्वेसन राइज गर्यो तपाईँलाई के कुराले मोटिभेट गर्यो अथवा के एजुम गर्नुभयो यो रिसर्चमा ए टाइटल चुज गर्नुको लागि किन यो तपाईँलाई के कुराले मोटिभेट गर्यो भनेर भयो कसैले सोध्यो भने त सर्टेन रिजन त हुन्छ नि तपाईँको। तपाईँले सर्टेन एजुम्सन बिलिफ चोइस नेचर अफ रियालिटी सबै कुरालाई हेर्दाखेरि मैले यो कुराले गर्दा मैले यो पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना स्टडी गर्न खोजेको यसमा यो हुन्छ होला भनेर अथवा सर्टेन केही एजम्सन अथवा बिलिभ तपाईँले प्रेजेन्ट गर्नुहुन्छ नि त एज अ रिसर्चर है। त्यो पार्टलाई चाहिँ इन्डिकेट केले गर्ने भनेर यसले डिफाइन गरेको। यो चाहिँ आउटसाइड अफ द ओनियन लेयर होइन, तपाईँले जो रिसर्चको मेथड फिलोसफीभित्र सबैभित्र छिर्नु भन्दाखेरिको बाहिरी पार्ट जेनरलाइज फर्ममा यसकै डिफ्रेन्ट एस्पेक्टहरू भनेकै पोजिटिजम, रियलिजम, इन्टरप्रिटिजम र प्र्याग्मेन्टिजम हो। यसकै डिफ्रेन्ट एस्पेक्ट है, ओन्टोलोजी इपिस्टेमोलोजीकै डिफ्रेन्ट एस्पेक्टहरू नै हुन्। तर केले केमा फोकस गर्छ, तपाईँले केमा फोकस गर्नुभएछ, आफ्नो रियालिटीलाई कसरी हेरिरहनु भएछ भनेर कसैले क्वेसन सोध्यो भने त्यो भनेको तपाईँको ओन्टोलोजिकल एजम्सन वाइ भनेर अवेर हुनको लागि मात्रै हामीले यहाँ पढिरहेछौँ। ठिक छ। कसैले मलाई सोध्यो तपाईँले के एजुम गरिरहनु भएको छ, कसरी हेर्नु भएको छ आफ्नो रियालिटीलाई, आफ्नो रिसर्चलाई भनेर भन्यो भने त्यो क्वेसन राइज गर्यो भने एज अ रिसर्चर यु सुड बी अवेर द्याट हि इज आस्किङ एबाउट द ओन्टोलोजिकल एजम्सन द्याट आई मेड ड्युरिङ माई रिसर्च। ओके, त्यो क्वेसन सोध्यो भने तपाईँले भन्न सक्नुभयो क्या। यो जतिसक्दो यो हामीले धेरै यसलाई फोकस गरे होइन कि एज अ रिसर्चर तपाईँलाई यो ब्याचलर लेभलको पार्टमा चाहिँ यति धेरै इम्पोर्टेन्स यसले राख्दैन। तर के हुन्छ भने ओभरअल रिसर्च तपाईँले 25सम्म जाँदाखेरि त्यो कुरालाई माइन्डमा लिएर राख्नुभयो भनेदेखि इट विल बी भेरी हेल्पफुल फर यु टु कन्डक्ट द पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च। त्यतिको लागि मात्र है, यो हामीले मास्टर्स लेभलमा मात्रै गर्छौँ होइन, थेसिस गर्दाखेरि र पिएचडी लेभलमा गरिन्छ होला। मास्टर्स लेभलमा चाहिँ हामीले गर्छौँ, तपाईँको यो एजम्सनहरू क्लियरली डिफाइन नै गर्नुपर्छ पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च गर्दा। तर तपाईँहरूको कन्टेक्स्टमा यसलाई त्यति धेरै इम्पोर्टेन्स दिएर हामीले चेक गर्दैनौँ, किनभने यो तपाईँको जुन कोर्स अफ कन्टेन्टभन्दा धेरै बाहिर कुरा। तर स्टुडेन्टले यो कुरालाई नै फोकस गर्यो भने ओभरअल क्वालिटी अफ द स्ट्यान्डर्ड मेन्टेन हुन्छ भन्नु मात्रै खोज्यो है। यदि कसैले गर्न चाहन्छ भने यो पार्टलाई इन्क्लुड गर्दा बेटर हुन्छ ओभरअल रिसर्चमा, त्यतिको लागि मात्र है। यो कुराले नै गाइड गर्छ ओभरअल रिसर्चको तपाईँको डिजाइन होइन। त्यो लिङ्क भएको छ क्या, त्यो रिसर्च ओनियन बुझ्नको लागि यो फिलोसफी पार्ट बुझ्नुपर्छ। त्यो रिसर्च ओनियन जसले क्लियरली बुझ्छ त्यसले आफ्नो रिसर्च एज अ इजी टर्ममा गर्न सक्छ होइन। ठिक छ। टेक्निकल पार्टमा तपाईँले नलेज नभएको होइन, ओभरअल रिसर्चको मेथडलाई कसरी क्यारी अन गर्ने भनेर तपाईँको एउटा लिङ्केज मात्रै नभएको, त्यो पार्टलाई यसले गाइड गर्छ। तपाईँहरूको अर्को क्लास त छैन नि है? त्यही भएर अलिकति पार्ट म लिएँ है, यो फिलोसफी चाहिँ म सिद्धाउँछु। सेकेन्ड पार्ट इज कल्ड द एपिस्टेमोलोजी। ओके, यो टर्मलाई प्रोनाउन्स गर्दा एपिस्टेमोलोजी नै भन्ला नि, यहाँ प्रोफेसरहरूले पनि त्यही भन्छन्। अब क्लियरली चाहिँ मलाई पनि थाहा छैन ओरिजिनल टर्म के हो है। Epistemology is the concern with the theory of knowledge. It is concerned with the assumption about the knowledge. Okay, what constitute acceptable, valid and legitimate knowledge हैन। एक्सेप्टेबल नलेज कुन हो त, तपाईले अब दोस्रो पार्टमा डिफाइन गर्नु पर्यो के। assumption towards the knowledge हैन। तपाईले जुन कुरा एक्सप्लोर गर्नुहुन्छ, मैले गरेको कुरा एक्सेप्टेबल यति भइसि एक्सेप्टेबल हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा नि क्लियर हुनु पर्यो नि त हैन। मैले के कुरा फाइन्ड आउट गर्नु पर्यो जसले गर्दा चाहिँ मेरो ओभरअल रिसर्चको फाइन्डिङ चाहिँ एक्सेप्ट हुन्छ हैन। मैले जे कुरा फाइन्ड गर्छु त्यो कुराको एक्सेप्टेबल लेभल कुन हो हैन। हाउ यु क्यान कम्युनिकेट द नलेज टु अदर। ओके, त्यो पार्टलाई चाहिँ केले इन्डिकेट गर्छ भनेदेखि एपिस्टेमोलोजीले। ठिक छ, यो पार्ट ठिक छ। एक्सेप्टेबल नलेज के हो भन्ने कुरालाई चाहिँ यसले इन्डिकेट गर्छ। अर्को पार्ट छ एक्जियोलोजी। ओके, एक्जियोलोजीले के रिफर गर्छ भने थ्योरी अफ भ्यालु। इट रिफर्स टु द रोल अफ भ्यालु एन्ड इथिक्स विदिन द रिसर्च प्रोसेस। ओके, रोल अफ भ्यालु एन्ड इथिक्स विदिन द रिसर्च प्रोसेस। तपाईँको आफ्नो भ्यालु होला, तपाईँको आफ्नो इम्पोर्टेन्स होला, पार्टिसिपेन्टको आफ्नो भ्यालु होला, पार्टिसिपेन्टको आफ्नो इम्पोर्टेन्स होला, इथिक्स सर्टेन इथिक्स तपाईँले फलो गर्नुहुन्छ। त्यो सबै कुरालाई केले डिटरमाइन गर्छ, एक्जियोलोजीले। ठिक छ, हामीले इथिक्स पनि पढाएको छौँ, भ्यालु पनि पढाएको छौँ, पार्टिसिपेन्टको एप्रुभल कन्सिस्टेन्ट लिने पनि थाहा छ, सबै कुरा थाहा छ। त्यो सबै कुरालाई केले इन्डिकेट गर्छ भने यही एक्जियोलोजीले इन्डिकेट गर्छ, रोल अफ भ्यालु एन्ड इथिक्स विदिन द रिसर्च प्रोसेस। ओके, यु सुड एज अ रिसर्चर यु सुड डिल विथ बोथ द हैन, बोथ आवर ओन भ्यालु एन्ड द भ्यालु अफ द रिसर्च पार्टिसिपेन्ट है। दुईटैको भ्यालुलाई चाहिँ हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ, डिल गर्नुपर्छ हैन। अब यसकै डिफ्रेन्ट क्याटेगोरीमा बल्ल पोजिटिजम रियलिजम आएको के। मैले कसैको भ्यालुलाई मैले इन्क्लुड गर्दिनँ आफ्नो रिसर्चमा, म आफ्नो पर्सेप्सन पनि राख्दिनँ, उसको पर्सेप्सन पनि राख्दिनँ पार्टिसिपेन्टको। मैले मात्र रिजल्ट जे आउँछ त्यसलाई मात्रै आधार मानेर मैले रिसर्च गर्छु भनेर भन्यो भनेदेखि द्याट इज द पार्ट अफ द पोजिटिजम हैन। पोजिटिजमले त्यो कुरा इन्डिकेट गर्छ, मैले मेरो आउटकमलाई कसले पनि बायस गर्न सक्दैन, मेरो उसको पर्सेप्सनले नि इफेक्ट गर्दैन, मेरो पर्सेप्सनले नि इफेक्ट गर्दैन। जे कुरा मैले क्वेसनयरबाट क्वान्टिटेटिभ रिसर्चबाट कन्डक्ट गर्छु, जुन कन्क्लुजन आउँछ त्यही कन्क्लुजन फाइनल हो, त्यही नै रियालिटी हो, त्यही नै एक्सेप्टेबल नलेज हो भनेर मैले डिटरमाइन गरेँ भनेदेखि द्याट इज द एस्पेक्ट अफ द पोजिटिजम है। ठिक छ, त्यो कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ केमा आउँछ, एक्जियोलोजी भनेको सिम्पली बुझौँ भ्यालु एन्ड इथिक्स विदिन द रिसर्च प्रोसेस, थ्योरी अफ भ्यालु। अनि अर्को लोजिक भनेको द थ्योरी अफ रिजनिङ। ओके, थ्योरी अफ रिजनिङ भनेको हाम्रो के छ भने हाउ यु आर गोइङ टु बिल्ड अ थ्योरी। ओके, देयर आर टु काइन्ड अफ एप्रोचेस फर बिल्डिङ अफ थ्योरी, one is inductive, another is deductive. But nowadays if you look out the research, okay, nowadays different paradigm regarding the research approaches has been built. One is induction, another is deduction, and third one is abduction. Abduction is also in our in now current days it has been used as this part also, but previously we are only dealing with the induction and deduction part. Okay, these all research paradigm. Okay, up to this part it is okay, part of philosophy, ontology, epistemology and axiology and logic. Clear sir? ठीक छ यो पार्ट?
ठीक छ सर।
तपाईहरुलाई आज धेरै भएको भए म आज यही कन्क्लुड गर्छु, ठीक छ? त्यसपछि भोलि हामी फेरि सुरु गरौँला।
एउटा क्वेशन थियो सर।
के छ आज यही गरौँ कि के गरौँ भन्नु त?
हुन्छ सर।
तपाईहरुलाई फेरि स्याचुरेसन भए जस्तो लाग्यो हैन? के भन्छ
सर एउटा क्वेशन